Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case Conspiracy. We are going to case number 52 in airport. At least that's where we think it's the asylum we are going in. We need to see Zoe. Katria, returning on the dome, has finally revealed what Ad Astra's planned supernova is. They're developing a serum conferring practically superhuman abilities to people. But not to everyone, only those who deserve it. The Ad Astras have undoubtedly created this serum for themselves. They've always thought themselves superior to the sheeple. Imagine how Rosetta and her cohorts could wreck by turning themselves into superhumans. Exactly. Jasper and I are pulling double shifts to understand how this serum works, so we can stop them in time. But there's not much to go on. Dreamlife destroyed most of their files, and many of their unfortunate test subjects are dead. Jones, you're not gonna like this, but Zoe might be the only person who can help. We know they experimented on her for Portosane. Why did they also use her for this enhancement project? Zoe was tortured and traumatized under the dome, Amir. Even if she remembers something, I doubt she'll be willing to talk. Jones, I understand your concerns. Nobody wants Zoe to suffer anymore. But with you and Katerina at the hospital, she'll feel safe, and I'll come along for support. Alright, Katerina, if we must talk to her, now's the best time. She's usually outside in the courtyard in the mornings, enjoying the fresh air. Let's go see her. I have a bad feeling about this. Don't tell me she... Knew it. I knew this was going to happen. Who would have wanted you dead? Probably somebody from Ad Astra. Jones. Zoe! No! Who hurt you? Gabriel, get a doctor! Now! Jones, it's too late. Zoe's skull is broken and she's not breathing. I'm afraid she's dead. No, don't say it! I don't want to hear that word! Zoe can't be gone. She can't. Jones, I'm so sorry. Katerina, we better get him back to the station. Okay. Katerina, tell me it's not true. Zoe's been murdered? I can't bear to hear that word! My poor Zoe! Oh, I'm sorry, Jones. I'm so sorry, Jones. Gabriel, can you take Jones to your office? Of course, Chief. I'll give Jones some sedatives and keep an eye on him. Jones is in no state to investigate, but Katerina, you must find out who did this to Zoe. This isn't just a personal tragedy for Jones. Zoe might have been a witness against Ad Astra and their enhanced human experimentation. I'll get Martine started on the autopsy. Katerina, you and Gloria return to the hospital and examine that crime scene with a fine-tooth comb. Going there, Chief. Understood, Chief. Come on, Katerina. Let's do this for Jones. Let's go. Let's start it. And let's investigate the courtyard again. This is beyond words, Katrina. How tragic after everything Zoe's been through. My heart breaks for Jones. But who could have done this to Zoe? And why? Do you think someone killed Zoe because she did know something about Ad Astra's human enhancement research? Could be that. You're right, Katrina. We can't speculate. Let's examine that set of keys instead. The code in the tag might give us a witness. And if you think there's a clue among that gardening equipment, I'd say search it, Katrina. Whatever it takes, we'll find Zoe's killer. Let's get to work. Okay. Okay, I have 1 star. Let's spend it on what? What should we do? Well, we're probably not gonna get the next crime scene from any of those. So let's just go for the keys. T. Randall. Who's that? Apparently these keys belong to a certain T. Randall, Katrina. I see there's an orderly working at the hospital named Tobias Randall. It's a lead, Katrina. Let's find Mr. Randall and see what he can tell us. Okay. Let's see, how did Zoe die? It's moments like these where personal feelings make my job difficult, Katrina. First Rupert, then Mia, and now Zoe. It's all too close to home. How's Jones holding up? Gabriel is looking after Jones. Now, as difficult as it was, did you find anything during the autopsy? Zoe's head wound indicates she was attacked with a pole or a club of some kind, killed by blunt force trauma. How ironic, given that Zoe murdered Dr. Vega by breaking his skull. Meanwhile, I found something the killer left behind. There were traces of mouthwash around Zoe's head wound, which must have been transferred from the murder weapon. It was most likely on the killer's hands. Mouthwash or not, Katarina, a murder conviction will leave a bad taste in the killer's mouth. That's right. Alright, let's look through the gardening equipment. Oh, what's this? Earring. Is that an earring on that gardening equipment, Katrina? You're right, Zoe wore earrings like that. Why she lost it during a struggle with the killer? Let's send Zoe's earring to the lab. Amir might find us a valuable clue. Oh, that's your earring. Alright, let's now have a chat with this guy. Tobias Randall. It's where Katarina would like to ask you some questions about. If this is about those bedpans, I swear they had nothing to do with me. No, we're investigating the murder of a patient, Zoe Kusama. What? Miss Kusama's been killed? Yes, and since you dropped your keys in the courtyard, we wonder whether you saw anything unusual. No, I wheeled Miss Kusama down from her room after breakfast. The patients are often sedated in the morning and the fresh air is therapeutic. This might sound cold or spectacular, but it's probably a mercy Miss Kusama is gone. How do you mean? Zoe was a particularly tortured soul, but now she is free from her demons. We all want Zoe to be free from her demons, but not like this. We'd like to examine Zoe's room if you could show us the way. Of course, Katarina. Follow me. Okay, let's see your room. Let's investigate her room. Look at those photographs, Katarina. Despite everything, Zoe and Jules always faced their hardships together. But that pocket watch doesn't look like it belonged to Zoe. Let's toss the faded engraving to find out what it says. And those scraps of paper could be a valuable clue. Let's piece them together, Katarina. Okay. Alright, let's restore this. Oh, we know who this guy is. That torn paper is a drawing, Katrina. Judging from his gown, this looks like a fellow patient. He's holding a lava lamp. Wait, I remember we interviewed a psychiatric patient with a lava lamp. A former J-Life employee who lost his mind under the dough. Kai Gruber, that's him. Hate to see that Gruber ended up in the same hospital as Zoe, both having suffered at the hands of Dream Life. Maybe they knew each other. Let's ask Kai Gruber. Long time no see, dude. Whoa, what's this? The engraving on that watch looks like a monogram, Katarina. But those aren't Zoe's initials. Let's compare this monogram to the database and try to identify the watch's owner. Okay. Alright, let's first analyze this monogram before talking to Gruber. I think we know her. We found a match for that monogram, Katrina. This watch belongs to Dr. Jennifer Russell. We met the therapist before. She must treat patients at the hospital too. In any case, if Dr. Russell was treating Zoe, we should speak to her at once. Okay. Alright, let's first talk to Lava Lamp Dude. Hello, Mr. Gruber. Do you remember us? Inspector Katrina and I spoke. Yes, he brought Betty Lava back to me. Betty Lava's my best friend. That's right. We want to ask you some questions about Zoe Kusama. She was another patient here. Zoe? Betty Lava, do we know anyone named Zoe? Oh yes, Zoe. She is nice. She sometimes shares her pudding with me. And her radio waves, I collect those. No, Mr. Gruber, Zoe, she's... Can't have radios in here, but the waves, they're everywhere. I can't stop me from having those. Thanks for your help, Mr. Gruber. We'll leave it at that. Come on, Katrina, this is a dead end. We won't get anything out of Mr. Gruber. Well, of course, we're not gonna get anything from a crazy patient. Let's talk to somebody normal now. Inspector Katarina. I'm sorry we're meeting again under such tragic circumstances. I heard about Zoe's murder. So, you were treating her? We found your pocket watch in Miss Kusama's room. Zoe found the ticking of my watch soothing, so I lent it to her. Can you tell us anything specific about Zoe's treatment? The details are naturally confidential, but Zoe was remembering more each day and coming to terms with her guilt about killing Dr. Vega. It's difficult to say whether she'd have ever made a full recovery. I guess now we'll never know. Can you think of anyone who might have wanted to harm Zoe? Any of the other patients? It never came up in any of our sessions, Inspector Katrina, but if anything comes to mind, I'll be sure to let you know. Okay? Let's check out Zoe's earring. Zoe's death is devastating, Katrina. She'd suffered so much already. Kidnapping, experiments, amnesia. And Ad Astra was responsible for it all. Do you think they had a hand in her murder too? I have a feeling that it is the thing, but we don't have any evidence for that, so... That's what we're trying to find out. Were there any clues on Zoe's earring? Apart from Zoe's, there wasn't any DNA on the earring. But it was a total loss. I found traces of ointment on the jewelry, hydrocortisone to be precise. The compound is used to treat itchy skin, resulting from an allergy to dust mites. Zoe was allergic to dust mites, so, given that the earring was discarded by her killer, logic dictates the ointment is theirs. There's no might about it, Katrina. Now that we know the killer has an allergy, catch them is a certainty. Yeah, I know how it feels like to have something to eat you when you have allergies, so... I'm still in shock after everything that's happened, Katrina. We visited Zoe in the psychiatric hospital to see if she knew anything about Ad Astra's human enhancement research. But instead we found her murdered. This is tragic, Katrina. George has lost the love of his life. And we lost a potential witness. There's no telling what Zoe might have known about Ad Astra's experiments. Dr. Russo said Zoe was regaining her memory. Is it possible Ad Astra orchestrated Zoe's murder to silence her? Orderly Tobias Mandel claims he didn't see the crime, and Kai Gruber, he didn't make much sense at all. This is crazy if you're part of my choice of words. Katrina! You gotta get back to the asylum quickly! Some patients found out about Zoe's murder. They're causing a disturbance at the hospital. If that's Gruber, then he's the one causing it. We'll see. We'll see about that. So we're gonna stop here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video. I'll see you again. Goodbye!